So we can do what's Hondo on the mic from Leo's Paradise. Random stream drop like a Dragon Ball fight. No lie, plan stream stacking up, but here's a twist in time. Freestyling on the deck like Luffy's punchlines. Up the channels, faceting, Zoro sword swings. Gaming pop culture, it's the chaos he brings. Talking movie reboots, superhero hype. Hondo passing the mic, now Bishop's in sight. Cutting good screen, frame by frame, I align. Laying bass lines heavy, keep the rhythm divine. Jumping fire videos, can't keep up with the pace. Pass the mic back, Leo's leading the chase. Off the rails, no script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Playing a knob, Leon's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life. No script, just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life. Just a freestyle ride. Nerdcore king, let the randomness collide. Planning on, Leo's got the flow to entice. It's words of paradise, the chaos comes to life.
Welcome back to the CounterCast. How are all you vital idols doing? We have got a hell of a show for you today. Not only do we got what's in the topics, obviously we're going to talk about the VTuber who's forced to apologize for using ChatGPT. We're going to discuss indie games, but some other news has broken not too long before going live. So we got plenty to talk about and so little time to do it. Before we do, I can't do this without my partner in crime, Cinevere. Tell the people who you are and what you do.
I'm Cinevere. I like to talk about anime, gaming, and on the occasion, a little bit of horror. Hope all of y'all are doing well today.
You love to see it. Oh my God, Cinny, we had a hell of a night last night. Watched a lot of anime. Kaya-chan getting crazy. Frieren has probably been one of the best episodes of season 2 yet. I hate saying that because I don't like feeling like that dude that's like, oh, all the action stuff was better, especially considering how much I bitch about Shonen. But by God, was that animation just gorgeous and fluid? Was Stark not fucking awesome? Like, oh, it was so good.
I agree, and all the Method. Oh, I love Method so much. Best character in my opinion.
Method is great. She really, really grew on me this episode. There was something about that. It's a bit of like a sexy confidence and just like barely dodging all them blows while still looking like a smug cunt. Like, oh, you love to see it.
I know. I mean, she's I love her.
Well, speaking of love, we also love our vital idols. Let's see who we got in this bitch. We got Rabnad Skubla is here coming out with a bingo, bango, bongo out the gate. Cliff 420 is here. Fractal Mage, Crovax, Jack SG22 is how you doing. Cliff 420. The Runaway Vagabond is here. Dylan B. We got Zach Fox up in the house. We got Dax, not our best mod in the whole damn land. Thallow Greenskin is here. Shout out Thallow. You love to see it. Cindy will, of course, be talking to you guys in the chat. Junebug loves you. Appreciate you for showing up, my man. Matt Funcool is here. Sleeping Nova, if I didn't call you out, maybe I did. Who's to say? Jeremy Hughes reviews. And I'm hearing a Hypnotic raid. Hypnotic Gaming Live just dropped a raid. Shout out to the Bigot Army and my boy Hypnotic. You absolute fucking legend. Thank you so much for the raid. We're truly blessed in this content creation game to be surrounding ourselves with such dope ass individuals like the Bigot Army and our boy Hypno. Charlie Nuclear is up in this bitch. How you doing, Charlie? Shout out to you. Junebug loves you coming in with a 2-banger. A 2-banger. You know what? I ain't normally play clips for 2-bangers, but seeing as we did just get Hypno in here, I feel like we need to do it. Cindy, do you think we need to do it?
Yeah.
I'm on HIV medication and I want Leon to rail me.
Shout out. What?
You look a little bit interested. Like, yeah, do I speak up?
It's more like, is this a compliment or should I be concerned?
I don't know. I think you look interested. Like, should I message him?
Yeah. Thank you for the 2-banger, homie. Let's fill this jar. We got the Tourist Tears bucket. Fill it up, Vital Idols. Devil in Red over on X. How you doing? Genetic Spore is here. Shout out Genetic Spore. Great Jedi Cash. Cindy's literal Who armor is showing cracks. I saw the side scrollers announcement. Huh? Side scrollers announcement of what? Do you know what he means?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't checked my X today. I just woke up. We are doing a special event called VTuber Chaos. I think that's what I last heard it was called. For side scrollers, where I will be playing a game with Pickle, Leaflet, and Kirsha. So super fucking excited. That'll be this Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard and then 8 p.m. Eastern.
But
So
what is this literal Who armor thing he's referring to?
I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough. We got Nick Habit coming in with that Bigot Army raid. You love to see it. And we don't consider that OnlyFans after all. We got Bugsy up in this bitch. How you doing, Bugsy? The Free Expression Warrior is here. What is up to the Free Expression Warrior? Alrighty, crew. Alrighty. Before we get too much further, before we get into the meat and potatoes, do some housekeeping. Let's do some grifting, baby. Because me and Sydney stayed up late last night because I was working on some merch. I was working on some new merch. So the old school tees, everything from the merch store has been retired with the exception of the tinfoil haters and Hondo merch, because I ain't going to let go of any of that Hondo merch. Y'all can purchase that to your heart's content. But it has been replaced. We've got new merch available. We've got the Vital Idol One Piece tee. Y'all can rep your support for the Vital Idols right here, giving off your Bigot Arminess proud. And then if you're more of a JRPG kind of guy, we got the Words of Persona dice, the new Bingo Bango Bongo tee featuring your boy, Cinny, Hypno, and Hondo. You couldn't ask for a tighter fit. This shirt be sexy as fuck. They're both sexy as fuck. So you guys can obviously, go to my channel, go to the shop page. You can check the merch out there, and all Vital Idols get a 10% off coupon. It is the 10% off code is in the community tab on my page. So if you end up wanting to pick up a shirt and you are and you are a member, make sure to grab that code. Use 10% off. So yeah, shout out to all my Persona fans, One Piece fans, and the Vital Idols. Check out the merch shop. You'll love to see it. It means the absolute world to me. And I think that's about it for the housekeeping, unless you got anything, little lady.
I'm going to start stealing that. And Devil in Red actually gave an description of what Who armor is. Who armor means no one will mess with you because no one knows who you are.
Oh, that sounds like an insult.
I don't know. I'm sure, but also he says there's a crack in the Who armor, meaning now people will know who I am.
I guess that's true. Well, real ones already knew who you are. That's the way I see it. So real ones already know who you are.
Oh, okay. I've never heard the term before, so that's fascinating.
Look, I love Leaflet. She a fucking sweetheart. Kershaw, I've heard is great, but there's only one goddamn Cinevere on this planet. Let me tell you. Alrighty. Let's get in some shit. Before we get into anything that's topical, anything that's in the news, in the thumbnail, I had to play this. I ain't seen this yet. I heard that Sean Penn got absolutely roasted by Bill Maher. Let's go.
I have not been invited. The only reason I would not accept an invitation is because I see no, it's a long flight.
I think he's referring to, he hasn't been invited to the White House. He hasn't gotten to talk with Trump like Maher did. That's my guess. And from what I hear, Maher's better rip him a new one. Because remember, Bill Maher, who has been a staunch anti-Trump individual, at least did what most should do if, given their, yes, that is Sean Penn, given their position. And he got the opportunity to go meet Trump. He did. And he spoke positively about the appearance, which was a big no-no for all the lefties. Do you remember any of this? Do you recall this?
No, but I feel like Maher doesn't have TDS like everybody else. Does he not like Trump? Sure, but he hasn't lost his bonkers over it.
Yeah, Maher is one of the few real true liberals that, while I disagree with a bunch of his political takes, I respect that they're at least relatively sane. Cool. And quick shout out, me and Hypnotic over on my gaming channel and on his gaming channel. We'll be playing Reanimal later tonight as well. I don't exactly know what time yet. If I had to wager a guess, probably 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, though I'm not sure. But yes, so we'll be playing Reanimal over on the gaming channel tonight. Thank you for letting me know, Hypno. El Murdoch coming in with that 2-banger. Nothing can make me apologize. I pull a McGregor. Based. Never apologize. Unless you actually really feel like you fucked up in that regard. But
really
no.
quick.
Go for it.
Just because this is the first time I've seen it, hail to the one viewer, Lithium Lux Eterna over on Kick. Hell yeah, not a
Yes.
bot.
0 viewer lies. I am here. Well, shout out. I appreciate you for being here. You legend over on Kick. Thank you.
I see no.
Really? You'll meet with fucking
I don't think that I
Castro
would-
and Hugo Chavez, but not the president of the United States?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sean Penn did this whole fucking documentary. He flew down and got in all the limos and whatnot. He met with El Chapo. He's met with fucking Castro, like you said, all these commie leaders. Bill just checked him here.
Dang.
I saw good results come out of some of those things in terms of
You do realize
agendas that I
the
had. I don't think that there's anything that I would. I just personally
know.
wouldn't trust anything that was said in the room, including the personality.
I wouldn't trust anything said in the room by Trump, but again, meets with communist dictators. Oh yeah, the commies are so well known for their trustworthiness. Yeah, you could trust them to steal everything you own.
About you, but I miss the days when like actors would out each other as commies and it would actually be a bad thing.
Right? Yeah, bring back the Red Scare. McCarthy didn't go far enough.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not a matter of trusting it. It's a matter of seeing it, matter of experiencing, matter of knowing it.
Yeah, it's an
More
interesting-
knowledge. It's like saying, I don't want this medical test because I don't want to know. I want to know.
Yeah,
I
fair
want
enough.
to. Okay.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, I mean,
I have some good friends that are. On,
I said this many times
Work
within the
closely.
piece when I did it, that like it's up to, I'm just giving you the report. It's up to you to make the decision. Who do you think is the real guy? I'm telling you, there's a very different guy behind closed doors in a different setting. Now,
or
what
capable of performatively.
Yes.
seeing
Hold
that,
on,
yeah.
hold on. Like
ahead.
you have Bill Maher, who is used to being on screen, who's used to be probably used to being around actors and stuff, who is telling you, hey, he has to be performative when he's on like Trump is being performative when he's being on TV. Why would you ignore that? Why would you say no, you're wrong?
No, it's funny you called it out because it's actually even worse than that. So what Sean Penn followed up with, he's like, so Bill Maher's like, well, I interacted with him, and let me tell you, he's a different guy when the cameras are off. And Sean Penn says, or he's just being performative. That's basically him saying, oh, Bill, you're just too stupid to realize he's lying to you even then. Like, he's blatantly insulting Bill Maher's intelligence right there.
Oh my gosh, what a fucking tool. Put on some clothes. Stop looking like a hobo. You're like a millionaire, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, one of the either. Well, my my friends who believe in astrology would say he's a Gemini. Of course, there's two of them. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Other people will say, well, the real guy is the guy you met, and he's playing this clown on TV. And other people will say the reverse. He's a well. I mean, it seems harder to do the reverse. I mean, can you really pretend to be sane? You can pretend to be insane. I think it's harder to pretend to be sane, to be measured.
That's a real good counter, though. Like, if you are a fucking wackadoo, like so many of these lefties think Trump is, and you got Bill Maher saying, dude, behind the scenes, he's totally fucking normal. Would you not think that is actually more difficult?
No, what he's saying is true. Because if you're insane, then you can't understand what sanity is.
Right.
And like all the things I said, which is just what happened.
Mhm.
So again, there's three parts of this. Would you go to the dinner? I think you're crazy not to want to see up close the person who's this important in everybody's lives for the last decade.
I
Two, are you
completely
going?
understand that.
Two, are you going to lie about it? I'm sorry, I'm not a liar. I don't lie, so I told the truth. And then three, Do I?
And there's the difference. That's what makes Bill Maher different than pretty much every other liberal. I think Bill Maher has times where he's ignorant, and I think he has times where he's wrong, but I don't think he lies. He seems like, again, you can be wrong and not be lying.
I think that's fair. I don't watch enough of his content. I've seen like a few things, but I do think that's a fair statement for him to make. I haven't seen him lie yet.
Souls hasn't asked who he's talking to. He's talking to Sean Penn. Sean Penn, the guy who we should take lessons on the morality of politics from, the dude who tied Madonna to a chair and beat her within an inch of her life.
I mean, like, everybody's been asking, who the fuck is that? And if he cleaned up a little, and if they actually watched his movies, because I know I haven't, they'd know who he is.
He's incredibly overrated anyway. He's not that impressive of a fucking actor to begin with.
I go back to doing what I always did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, but you could have told more truth, or you could have told less truth.
I told
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying,
truth. I told everything.
I would have enjoyed a little more brevity on that, but I absolutely understand the difference.
What do you mean? He did like a fucking 10-minute monologue on it before his show. You could have told more truth. Dude, these people are so fucking deranged. Because Bill Maher said nice things about Trump like a year ago when he visited the White House, these guys are still mauling over it. It's like, oh, well, clearly you didn't tell everything, because they've got this image in their head. They're like, you must be lying. He must have, bribed you or something. There's no way that he was, everything you said behind the scenes. You could have told more truth. Who the fuck is this guy?
Devil in Red said something interesting. Bill once said on his show, the Constitution is old and we need to give up on it. I lost any interest in Bill after that. Holy fuck.
So here's my thought process on that. Is that stupid comment? Abso-fucking-lutely. A lot of people make stupid fucking comments. I liken this to the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing. I've held this opinion on the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing since everybody remembers, he said the whole screw your freedoms thing during COVID, talking about how everybody needed to be masked and vaxxed and whatnot. And I was ardently against him saying that. That goes against everything that this country stands for. However, he also came out later. He apologized, said it was wrong to say it. And my mentality is this: the left are the ones that hold you accountable for dumb old shit you said. They're the ones that continue to try and ruin careers, cancel the whole nine, without giving you any sort of chance at redemption. In my opinion, to not be like the left, that there has to be that like forgive but never forget sort of thing. Don't forget Arnie said that. Don't forget Bill says shit like this, but also listen to what they're saying in the future, afterwards and things to that effect.
In the present.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just emotional. You were just triggered.
It's possible. It's possible. It's true that,
But I
for
would
some
like to.
reason, this particular president triggers me rather often.
Exactly. He makes people crazy, but he's not making me crazy. But so you really wouldn't go?
Disgusting
No,
man!
I don't. I'm not saying.
What?
He's grabbing the ice with his gross ass fingers. Don't
Well,
touch it.
what was going on with his feet?
I didn't see his feet because I was so focused on the fact that he's just touching all the ice in that bowl.
Not making me crazy. But so you really wouldn't go? People would like
right
crazy.
there.
This particular president triggers me rather often.
Bro,
Oh my! Is he
what you doing
cosplaying?
using Subway wrappers? Like,
Is he cosplaying as a hobo on television? Isn't he rich?
see, well, here's the thing. I don't know if this is cosplay. I'm pretty sure that this is how all out of work actors look, because everybody's now watching YouTube and anime and creating their own stuff via AI. So maybe he actually is a broke bitch because nobody's going to see his movies.
Broke? I don't dress like that. I have decent looking shoes. You can afford flip flops for fuck's sakes. Oh my gosh!
Like $7 at Walmart, bro. You can't be that hard up.
Steve,
Exactly. He makes people crazy, but he's not making me crazy. But so you really wouldn't go?
No, I don't. I'm not saying I think
should go.
I wouldn't, because let me put it this way: what I know I would not do.
Especially he's
I
very.
would not go. Let's say, so for example, when we talk about this very different president of Uruguay, there were things that Uruguay had models of in development that could be very helpful to Haiti, and I went to see if we could get some training from them and so on and so forth.
So you went to a communist dictatorship to see if we can get help from other people. Again, the math ain't fucking mathing, you douche canoe.
We should throw him even further out of Hollywood, get him out of New York, get him out of any kind of job. Blacklist this bitch who dresses like a hobo. Apparently, he really wants to be one.
Yeah, Sean Penn, you love communism so much? You like free shit? Well, I've heard of this really cool program for free helicopter rides.
Which we did. And whereas if I were, let's say, representing a cause celeb, say it was Ukraine, say it was whatever it was, I would not fool myself that I was going to get anywhere with him. I know that I wouldn't. I know that I would have no influence.
Bad attitude. You don't know that. You don't know anything. He's a guy who frequently seems to go by what the last thing he heard was. He's everything. I'll tell you this about Donald Trump, and you don't know it because you don't go to dinners. It's all about.
I didn't go to dinner with President Trump. That's true.
You should. It's all about personal relationships.
I've not been invited.
Okay, I will get you an invite.
Hey, if I was Trump, I wouldn't be inviting this motherfucker either because he's insane. I understand why Bill Maher got the invite, right? Bill Maher is a sane dude. Says dumb shit, but he's a sane dude. This guy lives and breathes hating Donald Trump.
Yeah. How can you criticize people when you guys can't even realize that you have TDS to like a terrible degree?
They'll deny TDS even exists.
Oh my gosh.
He's a star fucker in a way. I bet you he would like to meet you. And you would have
Yeah, he'll see the show. He says, oh, but if I see him, they're going to call me a star
I don't
fucker.
think he watches the podcast. He
A
does watch the show.
Starfucker?
He's a faithful. He's a faithful.
Starfucker is like basically people who want to get in. Think of it like a groupie. It's sort of like, oh, if I can, have sex with, fuck this star. Now he's using it hyperbolically, but if I can get in good with this celebrity, then I can get my way. I can get my movie produced, or I can get on TV, or I can, get a what's it called? Like some sort of funding for some investment that I'm trying to pitch. Like that's what a starfucker is.
Ah, I gotcha.
But he's got people that do his thing. Dan Bongino would be knocking on your door if you didn't go to dinner.
And he believes that. Dan Bongino would have been knocking on your door if you didn't go. He believes that they would have sent the fucking FBI after Bill Maher if Bill Maher declined the fucking dinner.
I know.
That's how deranged these people are.
It makes me think of that one chick who, quote unquote, and I'm using air quotes here, fled to Canada because she felt that she was being chased by the FBI for being trans. It's just as deranged and stupid as it sounds. You should
honestly, I didn't even know that was a story, but yes, I'd never heard of that, but you're entirely correct.
That's not why I did it. And it could work out the other way. You don't know. He's very unpredictable. And
yeah, that's that. I thought that'd be funny to, go over that at the beginning of the show. A little appetizer before we get into all the true thumbnail content, the title content, the just show the world what these leftist actor freaks are. And I say what you will about Bill Maher, because again, I loathe 90% of his politics. Like, dude, but dude is a fucking liberal. But he's at least he's an OG liberal who's like, hey, higher taxes and taxing the rich is good. I disagree, but we can at least fucking debate that. So you know what? Again, props. I think that was and him calling out, so you'll go hang out with fucking El Chapo, you'll go hang out with Maduro, but not fucking Trump.
They don't even, man. I once again, I really wish they were afraid of being called a commie instead of like very blatantly waving the commie flag. Yeah, like it gets tiresome. It really does.
Well, what never gets tiresome is people who are members. Michael Doberman, member for 12 months. Behold my 12 months. This time last year, Lucifer and Hondo were with us, and they deserve to be remembered. R.I.P. best friends. Absolutely. Lucifer being the beautiful pup that Michael was once belonged to Michael. Lost a lot of good ones this past year, but by all means, they will be with us forever in their hearts. Shout out Michael Doberman. I appreciate you, homie, and thank you for 12 months of membership. Pretty sure that gets you. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that gets you the ultra, not the ultra instinct, the super saiyan. Yep, the super saiyan god. Homie has ascended to Super Saiyan Godhood. Look at the little Super Saiyan God next to the name. You all want to go Super Saiyan God, you got to be a member for 12 months. And then Butterframe and Gold for a 2-banger, adding HD textures to my GOG RE Classic Trilogy. Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds super cool. Shout out. Well, thank you for the 2-banger, homie. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see what it looks like. If you're in the Discord, post pictures in the Discord. Alrighty. Now let's talk about this new story. Breaking news. This was not part of the docket for today, but it ties in nicely to the indie game discussion we were going to have. Judge orders Subnautica 2 Studios CEO fired by Crafton to be reinstated and gives him full control over early access Steam launch. The judge found that Crafton broke their agreement when they fired Gill and co-founders last summer without a good reason. Ted Gill is back as CEO right away with full control of the studio. He has complete say over when and how Subnautica 2 launches in early access on Steam. Crafton cannot block him or interfere with the launch. That is wild. And I didn't know certain aspects about, like, I knew that he had gotten fired, but backstage, you gave me more information. So just in case there are people that don't know, why don't you fill in our lovely audience about how this went down initially?
It was interesting. So when the company, I guess, went public, or they expanded or whatever, the guy who bought on to the company basically did a very underhanded move, and he used ChatGPT to find holes in the clause to basically kick this guy out. And he gets no money for, I think, Subnautica 2, and it was fucking crazy. I didn't know you could do that.
You really, like, just glossed over, dude, the company that bought them out used Chat. When you said that, I was shocked. I was like, what? I didn't hear that part. I looked it up after you said it. Yeah, ChatGPT to find loopholes in the contract.
Yeah, that's nuts. I didn't know you could use that for that, but hey, that's pretty smart and terrifying.
This is coming from PC Gamer, putting the gay in gamer, but I figure, you know what, we'll see what they got to say about it. In a wild turn for the Subnautica 2 lawsuit, a judge orders Crafton to restore fired Unknown World CEO and gives them 9 more months to earn the $250 million bonus. Litigation is ongoing, but this ruling represents a major loss for Crafton. 9 months after Crafton gutted the leadership of Subnautica 2 studio Unknown Worlds, leading to an acrimonious legal dispute, a judge has ordered the former CEO, Ted Gill, to be reinstated and the control over the game's early access release schedule be returned to him. Judge also extended the $250 million amount earned period that was central to the dispute to at least September 15th, 2026. And the statement is, Crafton breached the equity purchase agreement by terminating key employees without valid cause and by improperly seizing operational control of Unknown Worlds. Edward Gill is hereby reinstated as CEO of Unknown Worlds, and his period of operational control under Section 2.7F of the EPA will be extended by the time that elapsed between his wrongful termination and his restoration. The July 1st, 2025 board resolution is declared ineffective to the extent it infringes on Gill's operational control right now. That is insane. The judge just came in and said, you're hiring this dude back, you don't have a say, and he gets a chance to earn his $250 million.
That's awesome. We haven't been hearing judges saying, really base things in a while. I feel like all of them have been really, really corrupt. So this is awesome. What a win.
Now, and I know a lot of people are up in arms about Subnautica 2 because supposedly there's some DEI stuff and whatnot. I'm gonna be real. I don't know. I don't know if Subnautica 2 is a game that does or doesn't placate the wokies. I also don't care. Much like what Dax and I were talking about in chat. Frankly, Subnautica kind of scares me. As somebody who has a fear of water, I tried playing the first one. It was a straight up horror game to me. Like it actually made me uncomfortable to play because I have a real life thalassophobia. So I know a lot of people love Subnautica. I know a lot of people are looking forward to Subnautica 2. I'm not really going to cover the culture war aspect of Subnautica 2 too much because it's just a game that I wouldn't be playing anyway. And I tend not to cover games or stories that don't have a massive interest in my book. I don't know if you've got thoughts on Senny or if you would play the game.
I'm kind of scared of sharks, so no.
Well, trust me, there's a whole lot worse than sharks in them there waters. Crafton is enjoined from circumventing Section 2.7 for impeding Gil's authority over early access launch of Subnautica 2 and must immediately restore his access to the Steam platform. Finally, the base earning testing period is equitably extended by 258 days to September 15, 2026, and Fortis, the law firm representing Unknown Worlds, retains its contractual right to further extend the testing period to March 15th, 2027. So there's a chance it could actually go beyond September 15th. The judge acknowledged that putting Gil in charge of Unknown Worlds again and returning control of Subnautica 2 will cause tension with the parent company given the obvious bad blood between the parties, but that they continued does not excuse a material breach of contract or override the performance clause agreed to by both parties, and that both Unknown Worlds and Crafton can and must act in good faith to navigate the remaining contractual relationship. Now, this part's interesting to me. Can and must act in good faith. Because what this, maybe I'm reading it wrong. I ain't no fucking lawyer, right? I don't know. But my guess is this is the judge's way with this being part of his decision of saying, also, if you try and do shit to screw them, you fuck up working conditions. You get a lot of people to quit because you're acting like assholes as the parent company. Well, they can bring this back to court and sue you again because now you're basically being retaliatory. That's how I read it. I don't know about you.
No, that's how it comes across. Like that's really good. So the judge is also giving them a way to come back should these people decide to keep being retarded.
Yeah, basically, exactly. Also,
Okay.
quick aside, Hibiki Gamer, happy belated birthday. Turned 26 yesterday. Can I get a bunch of happy birthdays for Hibiki Gamer in the chat, please? That would be awesome.
Happy
give our
birthday,
boys some-
Vicky.
There you go. Interestingly, the judge also said Unknown Worlds itself will suffer palpable harm if the action isn't taken. There we go. All right. Unknown Worlds is being run by a part-time CEO who manages another studio and had never played Subnautica before his appointment. Key staff members have quit, and the early access release of Subnautica 2 has been put in jeopardy. So basically what he is stating is that after they fired Homeboy that was, running the show, they brought in somebody who wasn't even giving the job his full attention because he also had other things to worry about, other things that he was working on, which was from business-wise detrimental to the product. Lest there be any ambiguity, the judge declared very clearly they found Crafton terminated the Unknown World studio head specifically to avoid paying out the $250 million bonus that would have been required if Subnautica achieved specific sales targets following its early access launch, essentially agreeing the central point of the argument of the former Unknown World heads. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. There isn't a whole lot more to go over in regards to this. I think it's a good segue into the next topic that we're going to be covering. But before we get into any of that, do you have final thoughts on just this lawsuit ruling?
Kind of like I don't play Subnautica for obvious reasons, but also I am glad to hear that a judge is definitely not going to let this slide. I'm sure there is going to be ways that the other dude is going to try and make sure the guy doesn't get his money, but hopefully that won't come to pass. I feel awful for the Subnautica community because it's like the children in the middle of a divorce, right? They had nothing to do with it, but they're the ones who are going to have to suffer because we get the terrible games, the DEI stuff, or, they'll just gut the company and drop the game.
And who knows? Maybe this will be a terrible game. Maybe it will have much of the DEI stuff, but that's, and right now that's irrelevant. What matters to me, in this current juncture, I'm not saying you were saying it matters. I'm just speaking in general. What matters in general to me is that these big corpos will do anything and everything they can to screw over artists, people who put their heart, souls, the whole nine into video games, which are art. And this is a rare case of a W for someone. Because the first Subnautica was a massive success. It was huge. I played it when it was in early access, which is how I know it's terrifying that I will never fucking play it again. So for the people that love this and they didn't want to see it all goes back to source material. The same way that I have issues with a lot of modern games that don't have the original teams there, that don't have people that care and love and craft these worlds and these stories, these new people that just stand on the shoulders of giants and ruin what came before. That easily could have happened with Subnautica 2. You get rid of the original team, you get rid of the original visionaries, and you bring in your cronies and your people who know better just to make a quick buck. And it's good to see that for the fans of this game, it seems like that won't be happening.
I do hope he gets his bonus money.
Me too. But in that vein, we got to talk about this. So my boy Wizard dropped this video, and unfortunately, it's not doing the numbers that his videos normally do, and this is unfortunate. So we're gonna go over it. But obviously, I'm going to link in the chat for you guys because I want to see Wizard's videos do great. Just like Wizard and I don't always agree. That's a-okay. He does excellent industry coverage. I love his industry coverage. And he released a video, why most indie games fail. And this is true. Like, we're always out here celebrating the success of these indie games. You know, what was the most recent one? Oh my God, I'm blanking on it. The side scroller Metroidvania game that everybody loved. Help me, bitch.
I don't play side-scrolling games. I don't know what you're talking about.
I scrolled over and see my face. Shout out, Wizard. Anyway, the one that had been in development for years upon years, Hollow Knight. Fucking Hollow Knight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you said bugs, I would have been like, Hollow Knight?
Yeah, we saw the success of Hollow Knight. We saw the success of things like Schedule 1. Like, we've seen massive indie dubs. But, you know, he is right. Most indie games don't have that success story. Shout out to the True Aztec Warrior for the dollar banger. Thank you so much. So let's listen to see what our boy Wizard here has to say about this.
Hello, I'm the real life fake wizard. You know, we keep hearing about and covering all these indie games that are crushing it in the marketplace lately, and that's pretty awesome. It's really great. Slay the Spire 2 blowing away Bungie's marathon to the tune of hundreds of thousands of
I said Hollow Knight. I think I meant Silk Song, by the way. Silk Song's the sequel, but anyway.
concurrent players is a refreshing thing to see when you consider, oh, Slay the Spire is made by an indie team and Bungie is a legacy corporation that's burned through most of their goodwill. But success stories like this are not common in the indie space. Yes, indies are winning, but not nearly to the extent we hear about. 70% of all...
And here it is. They're winning, but not to the extent we're hearing about. Because gamers are so excited to celebrate the dubs of indie games, which they should be. This isn't a bad thing. This is not a criticism of gamers who are celebrating these success stories. That's what we need. But I do think, and this seems like it's probably gonna be the thesis of Wizard's whole video here, is that because we're seeing these rising indie success stories, we're kind of being tunnel vision into believing that indie is on this massive come up. And while things have improved, it's actually not as much of an improvement from at least a financial standpoint as a lot of us gamers would probably be led to believe.
Well, I don't know. I think like while you're correct, right?
I'm
I
not
feel
correct.
like
Wizard's correct because he's the one sourcing.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, go on.
okay, so while Wizard is correct, right? I just feel like people are also kind of not all like I don't think it's just that they're celebrating. I think it's that they're turning their back completely on AAA. Like you had that whatever game come out. You have the hardcore fans, right? It doesn't matter what Sony or Xbox drops, they're going to buy it because it's Sony or Xbox.
Right.
But when it's on PC, you have more people going, I'd rather play, Slay the Spire or Silk Song or, what other indie game is out there. Like they would rather put their money towards something that is actually fun. And I don't know. So I think you're right, Wizard. It's just that I also think that
there's a middle ground that you're not addressing, and I'm sure Wizard will address in the video, but I'm just gonna give my theory now. There are a bunch of people walking away from AAA. You're absolutely correct. There's a massive amount of people walking away from AAA. But of all the people that walk away from AAA, not necessarily everybody that walks away from AAA is moving to indie. So you've got some people that are just walking away from gaming in general, or you got some people that are only playing their backlog of old AAA games, whether PS1, 2, 3, Xbox 360, whatever. So while the indie market is increasing, it might not be increasing enough to offset the people leaving AAA. They might not be picking up their customers. That's just a guess. So let's see what he has to say.
Indie games are actually commercial failures. Of the 30% that achieve some measure of success, only 7% generate enough revenue to fund a second project. The bottom 50...
And those are great numbers. Like 70% fail. 30%... Yo, shout out. Thank you for the sub, Mad Gamer. Appreciate you. 70% fail. 30% are successful. But of those 30%, only 7% of them are successful enough to continue funding being game devs, indie game devs. Like that's... These are sad numbers, and like again, not to disparage the indie successes because they are incredible, but these are lower numbers than you would think when you hear success stories like Silk Song, like Repo, like Schedule One, things like, like RV There Yet,
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
60% of all indie games released on Steam never surpass $4,000 in lifetime revenue. In 2025, more than 40% of the
But you know what I will say? You know what the fuck I will say? All y'all bitches that watch our show and Wizard and especially Saturday Night Hypnosis that gift us all these wild ass indie games, you're doing your part. Like we're going full Starship Troopers. You're doing your part because you are adding to these indie dev success stories, even if it is just these little $2-3 games. So good on you guys in the audience.
I better not. I better not hear that. How do you pronounce that game? Balatro or something?
Balatro.
Balatro. I better not hear that failed. I have that game on 3 separate devices. I'm fucking.
No, Balatro was a massive success.
Okay, good. Oh,
we need to get Cindy back on SNA so she can get some gifted Fruita games.
No.
732 games released on Steam failed to generate enough sales to cover the platform's $100 submission fee, with open source data suggesting the actual figure may be as high as 65.9%. Nearly.
Now, let's think about what he just said there. There's a $100 application fee to put your games on Steam. That the fact that there's that amount of indie games that aren't even making $100 back, like you release an indie game for $1 and it's got a total concurrent player count of 3. Great, you made $3. You made $15. That's not including when Steam takes a cut of it. Like, that's nah. What do you mean? I'd rather react to Fate Wizard. I've got your reaction. I've got your video, your ex voto one set up to react to as well. Thank you so goddamn much.
You have jealous girlfriends
sold
in the
fewer than
chat.
100 copies. There. So yeah,
I have a question.
When you hear,
ask away.
Does this like also count all the indie devs that do like the DEI games?
Yeah, this is everything. If it's an indie game, they're part of this statistic. So go on.
I just feel like there's a lot of trash games that are constantly being put up that would kind of sour the numbers a little bit, wouldn't it?
Well, that is an excellent point. Wizard being a numbers guy, I'm sure he brings that up, but you are correct. It's not just trash like DEI shit games nobody plays like Dustborn or whatever, if you can actually call that indie, even though it was funded by a government, but that's neither here nor there. But you've also got those like, Infinite Banana Peeler, games like that. That's just literally there just to throw on Steam, see what happens, probably made by AI. So like there is a lot of sludge in the indie scene, and that will skew the numbers. You are correct.
This includes itch.io and Steam and everything, really. Oh, okay.
Cool. It includes itch.io even. Well, shout out. Thank you, Wizard. I was not aware of the itch.io stuff.
About Megabonk and Slay the Spire and Schedule One, yes, some indies are crushing it, but only 8% of indie titles earned over $100,000. These are the numbers we don't talk about enough, and I think we should. The overwhelming majority of independent games fail, and that's not necessarily because the developers lack talent or quality or skills or that something dreadful might have went wrong. The conditions surrounding releasing an indie game are structurally hostile to success, and the reasons for failure usually fall into 3 categories: awareness, quality, and positioning. Having a problem in any one of these areas could mean the death of a project. In combination, they're nearly insurmountable without calculated planning and support. In an age where everyone is talking about indie gaming, it's important for both gamers and developers to understand why these games fail.
And it's funny because he says it's important for gamers and developers to understand why these games fail. It's also important for gamers and developers to understand their target audience, their target demographics, all that. Like, not to sit here and fucking stroke Fake Wizard's cock, but he's done more for the indie scene than the vast majority of motherfuckers I see just with his real life fake portal, or just with his fake portal website. Which is, I mean, It is I mean, his entire basically persona online at this point is fuck Disney, fuck Nintendo, and then here's a smorgasbord of all the indie games you could personally want all laid out for you on this third-party website that links to Steam and links to itch.io and has all the descriptions and like more gamer. Again, he's been doing more to get this information to gamers than anybody else. Hopefully devs are taking note of it. We've talked a little bit about it on SNH and whatnot. Some devs have. By and large, like more devs need to be looking at the community driven aspect of how to get this information to the masses, because if you've got a good indie game, I've been gifted several indie games on Steam. I've played many of them. Many of them suck. Several of them are really, really good. Almost all of them I never would have fucking heard of if not for them being gifted to me. So if the developers are doing what they can or should be doing what they can to get in contact with people like, Wizard or whatnot, or I'm sure there are other people that focus on indie games, but I don't watch a whole lot of gaming content on YouTube. That I would imagine that's going to go a whole lot further than, marketing on X or trying to get in good with the fucking Kotakus and Polygons of the world and shit like that.
To the Raiders.
Hey, shout out. Did we just get a raid from Badger's Bastards?
We did.
Angry Badger raid. You love to see it. Shout out. Appreciate you, Badger. You absolute fucking legend. I know that his poor little furry Badger heart was broken today when he found out that Firefly was going to be animated. But, yeah, I won't stake too much on that. But no, Badger, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much, homie. Truly appreciate you.
Well, they're too old now.
What?
For a live action, they're kind of too old now, aren't they?
Oh yeah. You mean the Firefly stuff? That's my argument as well. But we'll touch on that probably on a different stream.
That we can better work together to make sure that they don't. Today's indie game shout out is done.
And this proves my point. We're 2 minutes into the video. Every video he does a different indie game shout out. Who else is doing this shit for indie games in the scene? Again, I don't think anybody is doing the level of fucking work when it comes to promoting indie games that Wizard is doing.
I'll give you that. I if I knew more games, I'd shout them out more.
Jungle, a 2D action-packed roguelite about a monkey hero protecting the jungle from the rise of a corruptive power. Explore.
And just like this, it has now made 3 sales. Because we good goddamn know that our boy Eric is going to give this to Kata, Atreus, and me. Because monkey's in the title.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 3 sales.
Ever-changing dungeons, fight weird enemies, and gear up with lots of weapons and relics you can combine for an awesome experience every turn. Explore, fight, die, and repeat. To learn more about this and hundreds of other indie games, visit our free indie game discovery network, fakeportal.com, or scan the QR code on your screen. Now back to the video. The single largest barrier to indie game success is that no one knows the game exists. Gamer awareness is difficult to foster, and discovery.
Real quick, Nick Havoc says he added a cute spider game he showed my girlfriend really liked. Wizard is a wizard at finding cool games. I had that same spider game. I didn't really like it per se. I wasn't a fan of like the dialogue and how it was written. I also think the controls were a little janky, but by all means, it's it wasn't for me. But if your girlfriend likes it, yeah, that goes. The fact that he put this spider game out there, you heard about it. Your girlfriend likes it. Bingo, bango, bongo. That's a sale.
Options are limited. In 2025, Steam recorded approximately 20,000 new game releases. Nearly half of those titles received fewer than 10 user reviews, with thousands receiving none at all. The volume of releases has created a signal-to-noise ratio so extreme that even well-crafted games remain invisible to potential players. A developer can spend 2 years building something genuinely good, release it on Steam, and watch it disappear within hours under the weight of dozens of other games released the same day. When we talk about a game like Schedule 1, this game broke through the noise. Enough people talked about it, that more people talked about it, that streamers picked it up, and more people talked about it.
And there's the key word. Streamers. People can say what they will. The gaming landscape has changed. Streamers, leave this up, I'll read it in just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Streamers more or less make and break the indie scene nowadays. Because there's, whether it be someone huge like Asmongold or Penguin Z0, whether it be someone with a small but incredibly dedicated fan base comparatively like you, Cindy. I mean, because I'm not saying that to insult you, but obviously you're no fucking Asmongold in terms of viewership. But let's be real.
That's fine.
I watch your gaming streams at 2 or 3 in the fucking morning, and you've got 150 people in there watching you struggle bust your way through whatever fucking game you're playing. Like, people with small but dedicated followings, this is what actually inspires gamers, and these are the people that indie devs need to actually be reaching out to.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't know if you were gonna add anything to my thoughts on the streamer idea before I read this from Wizard.
I don't know. I don't get a whole lot of time to watch people play. Unfortunately, I'm always so busy.
I'm not a huge fan of watching people play games because I would rather just be playing games, but there are people that love doing that, and this is a market for them. Real life Wizard says not a lot of graphs or charts in this video, but I figured it was a great video to overload with indie trailers. That is also a nice little subliminal marketing tactic. Just throw a bunch of indie game stuff in there and subliminally get people to buy them. That's a good move too.
It's a
And
brilliant
awareness
idea.
helped make that game a success. Though awareness won't make a game a success on its own, you still need to have a good game. The main problem of awareness with indies is in part Steam's discovery algorithm. The platform's recommendation engine prioritizes titles that accumulate rapid
that's
early
cute.
momentum measured through wish lists, positive reviews, playtime, and engagement.
Pizza Apocalypse 2. I want to play this, dude. This is an OG looking 3D platformer. I want to play this. Like, goddamn.
Oh my
metrics.
gosh.
This is why you often see developers talking about their games ridiculously early, even when they don't have release dates yet. It's because they need to generate wish lists and Steam page engagements. Games that lack these initial signals enter a negative cycle. Fewer interactions further reduces algorithmic promotion, which produces even less exposure. A game without pre-existing momentum before it releases is practically invisible on the platform, regardless of its quality.
And honestly, I've followed so many indie devs because of them spamming on X. And like, I get, for some people maybe spamming can be annoying, but like there are, if I go to my Steam wish list right now, here, give me one moment. In fact, we'll pull it up. We'll use this as a frame of reference. All right. Profile. See, wish list. All right, let's just. All right, Echoes of the Living indie game. Wronged Us. I believe is an indie game. Paranormal Tales indie game. Liminal Point indie game. I think Industria 2 is an indie game, but I could be wrong. Eclipsium indie game. Let's see. Scroll through here. Secret Hollow, indie game. Cyberpunk Bartender Action, indie game. Mouse PI for Hire, indie game.
I want that one. I want that one so bad.
Super Muscle Cat, indie game.
What?
Yeah, Super Muscle Cat. Here Tell of Hauntings, indie game. Fractured Blooms, I'm pretty sure is an indie game. Into the Unwell, indie game. I mean, I can keep going. Ground Zero, indie game. Point is, this is half my fucking wish list, and it's because I see these creators posting about it on X. There's no release date yet. Some of these games aren't even gonna fucking come out, but they're trying to generate hype early, and it's working. I wish list them for that exact reason, just to keep an eye on them.
There was an indie game that was I think it's called Autonomica, or it was. I think they might have changed it, but like I was looking forward to that game the most because that's the one that people tried to cancel like a couple of years ago because they made a joke on Twitter about boob physics. Like, should we have a boob physics slider? And people lost their fucking mind.
I feel like I remember that. Yeah, I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, so that's been on my wish list forever. I'm so excited for it.
Let's keep going.
So that's the Steam discovery piece, right? But what else is hindering indie awareness? Well, failure in marketing execution stemming from both dollars and education. Most indie studios...
And I wager a guess that education is the bigger issue. Like it doesn't take a big marketing budget to market a game. A lot of marketing can be done via word of mouth and whatnot. I think it's going to be education.
Operate on modest budgets. 56% of developers
I
self-fund
know he had a
their own
game.
projects. Development timelines for small teams and solo developers frequently span 1 to several years, during which personal savings, part-time income, or limited bootstrapping are all completely exhausted. It costs
What's
most of the
bootstrapping?
money available.
What?
What's bootstrapping?
I'm pretty sure bootstrapping is like being held down, like you're forcibly stuck in place.
Oh, okay.
I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
Just to make the game. Industry benchmarks recommend allocating 20 to 50% of total project costs to marketing, but for most developers, marketing is rarely budgeted as a line item itself because
Oh,
the
okay, I
money
was wrong. Bootstrapping is getting funded from outside places. Okay, thank you for the correction, Wizard. I appreciate that.
just isn't there at that point. For a self-funded solo developer who has spent 2 years and their savings building a game, that recommendation is purely a fantasy. The money is gone before the game ships. There's nothing left for trailers, press outreach, influencer campaigns, or paid advertising. This is where the knowledge gap enters now, because money isn't everything. Just because you don't have a marketing budget doesn't mean you can't do marketing. However, most indie devs out there don't have a clue about marketing either, because they're coming from a programming, design, or art background. These people are builders. They're not marketers, and that's okay. Surveys and industry
this
reports
Highguard's
consistently
excuse?
identify marketing.
No. Highguard's excuse was that the game was dog shit, despite the fact that it got multi-million-dollar worth of marketing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
As a
I just never
primary
saw it.
tension point for indie studios, often ranked equal to or above game quality as a barrier to commercial success. Developers frequently begin marketing efforts too late, underestimate platform algorithms, fail to conduct market research, and lack proficiency in building community engagement. Many developers operate under the
And that is the biggest, like, maybe I'm wrong. And again, Wizard's the money guy. He's the marketing guy. He's in chat. He'll let me know. I think the money part is almost a non-issue. Like, obviously, you want to have money for marketing. It's nice to have it. But if these individuals knew to who to get to engage with, who to network with, who to go through to promote, again, oftentimes looking at other streamers. I don't know how many streamers out there, but I can imagine be a whole fucking lot of them.
Hypno is right. Bootstrapping is starting and growing a business with your own personal resources, not outside.
Okay, gotcha. Appreciate it. Anyway, most of these fucking indie devs, most streamers, I would imagine, will market an indie game for free, right? They will. They don't need to be paid. They don't need a review copy. I mean, they probably have to be given a copy of the game just so that so they have it to play it. I don't know, but like the point is, if you want to market properly, you've got to know your area, where your demographics are, where your audience is. And this is where I think the biggest issue that a lot of these people have. They don't know where to go to actually get the information out there.
Assumption that quality alone will drive discovery. And while I wish that was true, unfortunately, it is not. Now that takes us to quality. Not every indie game that fails is a hidden gem buried by the algorithm. Some of them fail because they are just simply not good enough. The barrier to entry for game development has never been lower. We have tools
Correct.
like Unity and Unreal Engine and Godot that are accessible. Tutorials are abundant. YouTube is free. Distribution platforms accept virtually any submission now.
Like, I don't make games, right? I'm not a game dev in any way, shape, or form. But I have been building my own website as a way for the community to get together and be more of a Discord alternative sort of thing, right? Man, I've got very minimal coding experience. The IT I did was all on fucking Linux servers and shit. But guess what? I do some YouTube tutorials on how the fuck to code this shit, and I've got like currently 3 operational pages on my website and a full-on IM system. Very old school 90s IM style. So he's correct. The barrier to entry is basically non-existent. You can just go on YouTube and learn anything you want to learn.
Huh.
This accessibility is a net positive for the ecosystem, but it has produced a side effect. There's a proliferation of low-quality releases like shovelware that has conditioned gamers to approach unfamiliar games with a bit of skepticism. When a player browses Steam and sees an indie title from a developer they have never heard of, they are not operating from a position of trust. Gamers have been burned before.
And honestly, I think AAA has done more of this than indie games. Yeah, there's a lot of sludge out there when it comes to indie games. I feel like we kind of always knew that. Gamers' trust is burned because of what the AAA scene has done. Like, when you say, oh, I don't know this publisher, yeah, so there's not a lot of trust there. But when you also look at, let's say, Square Enix, and you say, oh, I do know this publisher, and the trust isn't there either because they've been burned by the last, 10 Square Enix games fucking sucking.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know how they didn't know that this was going to happen if you start forcing a message onto people that didn't want that message. And you're going to taint your games. People are going to leave the poisoned well.
Yeah, and they're also going to lump a lot of these indie games in there that might be good, but they're just going to assume they're poison.
I kind of liked the days where you kind of judge the box art on whether or not you. Oh, this one?
Yeah. Keep going. Just leave this up.
Where you judge the box art on whether or not a game was going to be good. Like, there's like a billion Harry Potter games on like PlayStation or whatever.
Yeah, but that's a time when physical media mattered. Because trust me, I was a box art guy as well. But nowadays, you really don't have that because of a lack of physical media.
Mm-hmm.
ABF says if a game on Steam has very positive or a higher score, people trust it. And trust that people will trust the game as quality. That is true. But that at least I would say, at least for Steam and PC users, that's true. That being said, I don't know. I've come to detest most Steam reviews, and that's because I've gone through ever since I've started writing reviews on Steam. It's been a relatively recent thing, but I've been doing very long, well thought out, basically actual game journalism reviews on Steam. For example, check out my review on Bad Cheese. And then I'm looking at all these other Steam reviewers, and it's dog shit. Dude, I saw a review for Bad Cheese that gave the game a thumbs up, positive rating. They had played for 0.7 hours, and the review just said the name of the game, Bad Cheese, and then a little happy face.
Yeah, no, I'll read like the top 5 comments and check time played before I'll give a game a chance. So, I mean, you really have to read it. You can't have TikTok brain. You have to actually focus.
Right, exactly. Now, the 2-hour return policy does help, though. I agree, ABF.
Bought games that were broken, unfinished, or misrepresented. And this isn't just all because of the indie scene. No, there are far too many AAA games that ship in embarrassing qualities.
Okay, he brought it up.
Okay. Skepticism is like a tax affecting every indie developer, including the ones making good games. The gamer scrolling on Steam alone has a challenging time distinguishing between a polished, well-designed indie title and a rushed, unfinished one until after they purchase. Quality failures in indie development typically stem from scope creep, insufficient playtesting, premature release, and an absence of external feedback during development. I think all of those fit Highguard, but that wasn't even indie. Many developers work in isolation for many months or years, building the game they want to play without testing whether anyone else wants to play it. The game might ship with technical issues, unclear mechanics, or a visual presentation that does.
It's not just that.
Wow, hold on. Sorry, I gotta stop you. He be looking mega Asian in this pause. Yo.
Wait,
everybody donate your boy some super chats in the form of the yin. Sorry, continue, Cindy.
Shit.
You're saying it's not just that.
No, I know. What was the last thing he just said?
He was talking about the state of AAA and non-indie games releasing broken and being awful, and how that alters people's perception.
Rewind it just a little bit, please.
All right, will do.
Not the game building the feedback during development. I think all of those fit Highguard, but that wasn't even indie. Many developers work in isolation for many months or years, building the game they want to play without testing whether anyone else wants to play it.
Okay,
the game might ship with technical issues.
The problem is that games like Highguard, right? They are in such an echo chamber that they fire anyone who says anything negative or constructive. So like they have no clue that their game sucks because they refuse to have people say anything bad about their game. They have no idea, and they did that to themselves.
Yeah, it's a toxic positivity work environment.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't have somebody on your staff, it's the same reason why so many people hate the Star Wars prequels. Now, personally, I love the Star Wars prequels, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, it's a good point in comparison. In the OG Star Wars days, the original trilogy, people were telling George no, because he wasn't George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars yet. By the time the prequels roll around, I was like, nah, George, you got this, do whatever you want. And without people to rein you in and tell you no, you get a fucking mess.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that it's even more signs that you don't need this current mentality that is in the gaming space. Not that you needed more, I think, but like,
And not just the gaming space from the players, but the people actually making the fucking games.
yeah.
Use unclear mechanics, or a visual presentation that does not communicate its value. Poor execution is distinct from poor ideas. Many indie games that fail in the quality aspect is usually because the execution did not meet the standard required.
And that, again, to bring it back to Bad Cheese, another indie game that I've reviewed very heavily. That was the issue. Execution. I go through this in my review. There's a lot of very good ideas in Bad Cheese. Nearly all of them are executed horribly, though, and therein lies the issue. So yeah, I like that he made that distinction there.
What's Bad Cheese?
It's a shitty indie horror game that's meant to be like a horror version that plays on like the old steampunk Steamboat Willie and like Fleischer Animation and old Rubber Hose Disney, stuff like that.
Is that the one with the fat mouse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not good. I would not bother wasting your time with the game.
Required by gamers to compete for attention in an already flooded market with tens of thousands of alternatives. Positioning is the least discussed but extremely consequential factor in an indie game's failure. It encompasses 3 points. Who is this game for? What does it cost? And when does it release? Getting any one of these wrong can negate everything else. Timing is the most straightforward. An indie game that releases the same week as a major AAA title has its promotional efforts crushed by hype, okay? Like, Slay the Spire 2, again, is an outlier here, okay? If you drop an indie game on top of GTA 6, I'm sorry, bro. It's going to be very hard to survive that. If you drop an indie...
And not even against other indie, and not even against AAA games, against other indies. Silk Song had been something that gamers were clamoring for a decade. So when it dropped, anyone that was an indie dev that were also dropping their games the same week and shit. Now, to be fair, Silk Song more or less shadow dropped. There was no way to see it coming. And frankly, I'm okay with that. More studios want to shadow drop some shit, go for it. I like shadow drops.
Yeah, but they had 10 years worth of hype, so that made it work for them.
Exactly. Like, by and large, there are indie games that have gained such a reputation that a sequel, while still indie, is going to cause a lot of hype. If you're an indie dev, you don't want to release your game around the same time. You push that shit back.
Although it would be funny if you did release a game around GTA 6 dropping and then you just outperform GTA 6 because it sucks so badly.
Oh, that would make me bust so many nuts.
Around a big AAA game, the press is covering the AAA release. Streamers are playing the AAA release. Gamers are spending their budgets on the AAA game. The indie game, regardless of its quality, is competing for attention against a marketing apparatus that spent more on a single trailer than the indie developer likely spent on the entire project. This is an avoidable problem. Release timing is within the developer's control. Pricing is more complex. Price a game too high and gamers will not take the risk of an unknown developer. Price it too low and the revenue will not cover development costs. Indie developers are competing in a market where gamers have been trained to expect their games to cost less than a fast food meal. 62% of non-free indie games on Steam are priced around $10. When a developer prices a quality game at $5 because they are afraid no one will buy it at $15, they have ensured that even moderate success cannot sustain them. Genre saturation is the third positioning failure. The market
Looking at you, Metroidvanias and roguelites.
Hell yeah.
Fucking so tired of those goddamn genres.
is flooded with certain types of games already. Puzzle platformers, roguelikes, survival crafters. A developer entering a saturated genre without a clear differentiator is competing against hundreds of existing titles with established audiences and algorithmic momentum. Part 2. What can be done? The structural problems facing indie developers are not going away, and in a lot of ways, they're getting more challenging. Steam is not going to release fewer games. Algorithms are not going to be more generous to unknown titles. Gamers are not going to stop being skeptical of unfamiliar developers. The market conditions are the market conditions. The question is, what can be built within those conditions to give independent developers a better chance? Well, awareness requires infrastructure. The core awareness problem is that indie games are competing for visibility.
You know, it's a damn shame the Wizard's a good person. Because right now, this would be a real good place to plug Fake Portal. But because he's a good person, I doubt he's going to do it. Or if he does, he's going to minimize how important it is.
So you plug it. What is Fake Portal?
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you asked. Give me one moment to pull up the website.
Hee. Because you mentioned it twice now, and I had no clue what you were talking about.
It is Wizard's own website. That's whole thing is promoting and browsing indie games.
Oh, he says now he's about to plug it.
Oh, is he about to plug it? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Hey, let's say you're interested in Dredge. You can wishlist it here. Where is it? There's a way to show where, like, what platforms it's active on. Hey, right here, play on Steam. It'll have itch.io there if it's an itch.io game. But okay, he's about to plug it. So I'll let him do the plugging. But here, I'll go ahead and drop the link real quick to fakeportal.com for you guys in the chat.
Hypno says Leon wants to plug Wizard confirmed. Gay.
You know, it's funny to say that, Hypno.
I'm on HIV medication and I want Leon to rail me.
Yeah. Yeah, you can play that game, bitch.
Visibility on platforms designed to reward titles that already have visibility. For a game with no pre-existing audience, the platform is not a discovery tool. What indie developers need is discovery infrastructure that exists outside the algorithmic ecosystem. Dedicated spaces where indie games are not buried under AAA releases, where gamers looking for something new can browse a curated selection of independent titles. And I think there should be tons of these available, sure, but until that happens, I built one called Fake Portal.
Oh, good.
I'm a fake wizard, and here's a Fake Portal.
Plug away,
Fake
buddy.
Portal is a free, ad-free online directory and discovery network exclusively for independent video games. The platform currently hosts over 900
Oh, so excited for
platform
Windrose.
release status and plenty of other filters. Developers and or gamers can submit games directly through a free form. Our entire operation is self-funded and designed to solve a specific problem, giving indie developers a dedicated, algorithmically neutral space where their games can be found by people who are actively looking for them.
And then neutral space. Now, I obviously myself, Hypno, you, our boy over at the Plot Strikes Back, real life fake wizard. We all have our political biases, right? We make no effort to hide that that we are quote unquote like anti-woke or against cancel culture or vote for Trump or whatever it may the fuck be. Wizard ain't playing that goddamn game with this website. If you're a fucking lefty ass pride LGBT whatever developer in the game and you got an indie game, yeah, it's going on the site, and from there the free hand of the market will decide, as God fucking intended.
Yep.
I also want to say Fake Portal isn't like 100% complete. It's very much living and breathing, and it's operational, and you'll find a lot of banger games on there, but we're still adding and refining lots of other aspects to the site. You'll notice that in every one of my videos that opens with an indie game shout out. Those are all games
yes,
chosen.
it is an information store that links directly to the actual stores where you can purchase the games.
At random and found on Fake Portal. And to be clear, we are not trying to replace something like Steam, okay? There is no store on Fake Portal. We're not selling games. We're just helping people find them.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Does it also Steam or not Steam? Does it also like link to GOG for people who prefer GOG?
I think it does, but I'm not sure how many indie games are on GOG. Calling it GOG is very weird. Wizard,
Yes.
in the chat, feel free to answer that because I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but I don't actually know.
Oh yes. Okay.
Okay, he says yes. Perfect.
This platform provides a layer of discovery infrastructure that did not previously exist for developers who perhaps can't afford paid advertising, do not have publisher support, and do not know how to navigate platform algorithms. Think of this like one tool in a toolbox that needs to be a lot larger. Digital discovery is something we think is necessary. I mean, we know it's necessary, but more can be done. There is a dimension of indie game promotion that cannot be replicated through a storefront listing or a social media post, and that is putting that game in front of a human being and watching them play it. The developer
And this is where Wizard's website fails. Sorry, Wizard, I gotta call you out on this one. This is where Real Life Fate Portal fails. It's not in front of a human being because nothing on the internet is in front of a human being. Dead internet theory is real. I see 135 of you watching. Really, there's probably like 4 of you. Dead internet theory is real.
That is enough from Leon for today, folks.
I'm joking. It is a great website. It is absolutely a fantastic website. I just wanted to talk some shit. my conspiracy theories, that's is what it is. Let's keep going. By the way, Dead Internet Theory is real though, but it's more than 4 of you watching. Dead Internet Theory is objectively real.
sees what confuses the player, and the player sees the developer's passion for what they built. These are interactions that just don't happen anymore. In-person interaction builds the kind of trust and word of mouth that no algorithm can generate. This summer, at the Southeast Game Exchange in Greenville, South Carolina, July 17th through 19th, we are building something specifically to address this. And this year, I've partnered with them.
Hold on.
We are building something change and no algorithm can generate.
It is!
Smash! Oh
It
my
is.
gosh.
Look at that. We got a Smash JT cameo right here. Since he's too good for all of us nowadays, I guess this is the only time we'll get to see him is in one of Wizard's videos.
Is that a Smash kiddo as well?
That is a child JT.
This summer, at the Southeast Game Exchange in Greenville, South Carolina, July 17th through 19th, we are building something specifically to address this. And this year, I've partnered with them and their team to host the Fake Portal Indie Game Circuit, where we are inviting indie developers to come showcase their games directly to the public. Developers will have the opportunity to demo their games with the
And if you would like to hear Alec Baldwin's finger talk more about Dead Internet Theory being true, check out the Tinfoil Haters episode, one of the very first episodes. This is like one of the first 5 or 6 episodes we ever did. Me, Sammy 3P, and our boy ABF going all in on Dead Internet Theory. Self-plug, bam!
attendees receive real-time feedback, build community connections, and compete for awards. We're going to have lots of awards for developers. And if you're not a developer and just want to play some games, there will be some awesome prizes for the gamers too. Right now, we are still accepting applications, but slots are limited. There is a form link attached to this video in the comments and in the description. If you're a developer, sign up and join us. If you're just a gamer, come join us at the event. I'll be there, and a lot of other creators you follow will be there too. But overall, the problem that we find in indie games.
That was a seamless plug. That whole section was technically a plug, but it was worked in so well because it does fit the construct of what this video is. Well done.
Is a structural problem. The solutions need to be structural too. Indie developers can improve their market. They can learn to build wish lists. They can time their releases better. They can price their games appropriately. All of that helps, and all of that is within their control. But the structural reality is that the market releases 20,000 games a year on a single platform, and the vast majority of the people building these games do not have the resource or the training to compete for attention against that volume. I believe that with dedicated discovery platforms that serve the indie ecosystem specifically, live events that give developers affordable access to real audiences, and a little extra interaction in the gamer community can help alleviate a lot of these problems.
What about VTuber gamers?
What about VTuber gamers? Then
like you have like a little like you have like a little booth for the VTubers with the television, and then you can interact with the VTuber who's playing the game.
Sounds like something to hit up Wiz about. I can't speak to that, but that sounds like something to hit up Wiz about. I think that's a good idea. I know a lot of people do love them, their VTubers. But no, he said something here at the end that I want to touch on. So I'm going to roll it back so you guys hear it.
In the affordable access to real audiences and a little extra interaction in the gamer community.
That right there. That is the part that I actually think will probably be the most difficult. Extra interaction from the gamer community. Maybe I'm wrong, but to me, it just seems like so many gamers are more or less set in their ways. I try actively not to be. That's why I walked away from gaming for a while, around 2018 or so, because so many games seemed all just same old, same old. I wasn't getting anything new, things like that. So with the rise of this indie revolution that is more or less happening, I found myself playing so many games I never would have played. I also don't know how many other gamers are doing that as well. I don't know how many gamers aren't set in their way and are exploring. I know Hypno is. I know Wizard is. I know I am. But by and large, getting an actual like such a massive audience as something as blanket as gamers, it's very difficult to force a mentality shift like that.
Can help alleviate a lot of these problems. Developers, I would implore you to dig your heels in and interact with the community as a gamer also. Too often we see developers and creators speaking down to the gaming community as if they're better than them or that they have some kind of moral authority over them. That doesn't work nearly as much as you think. In fact, it doesn't work at all anymore. I understand that everything I'm saying here isn't the be-all, end-all of indie game marketing solutions, but I've got 3 recommendations for you for now, right? Put your game on Fake Portal, come see us at the Game Exchange, and start integrating into gaming communities. For the rest of the gamers and non-gamers watching, support these people when they come to you. Do not brush these developers off. Give them a chance. You'd be surprised how far an encouraging word can propel someone forward in their journey. If we actively, consciously try working together better, we all win. We'll get better games, and we'll get more of them. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire others to do so as well. And for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus.
You're good goddamn right. Alrighty, I know I put it in the chat already, but I'm putting it in the chat again. Guys, this is one of my favorite videos that Wizard's ever done. Mainly because, frankly, again, Wizard's videos, as he and I have talked about and joked about, 50% of the time he releases a video and I fucking fight against it when I react to it. And the other 50% of the time, bro, that shit just hits so good. This is an incredible video because it's highlighting a topic that not enough people are talking about, not because they're refusing to, but they don't know. Again, we see so many success stories. Silk Song, Schedule 1, Expedition 33 was an indie game, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. And all these success stories do make us think that indie is thriving. And for some games and some individuals and some small dev teams and whatnot, it is. But those are the minority. And I want to see more people playing indie games. I've been loving going through indie games. It's been an absolute fucking blast to just discover these new games. Let's see. Let's look at my library most recently played. Singing City was an indie game when it came out. I was playing that recently, although it's technically a second playthrough. No, I'm Not Human is an indie game. I was streaming that the other night. Don't actually like it as much as I thought I would, if I'm being honest. But hey, was playing it. Taint the Grail, Fall of Avalon was I just downloaded, so I'll be playing that soon. I was keeping the DEI manager. Like almost Reanimal, me and Hypno are streaming tonight. Nearly everything I've been playing recently, with the exception of Resident Evil 9 and One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, have all been indie games. Everything except those 2 games.
Was Stellar Blade an indie game? I don't know. I couldn't list any because I'm not sure.
Up as a AA studio.
It's a AA?
Stellar Blade wasn't any game because it was Sony was a publisher.
Okay.
Stellar Blade was not indie.
Yeah, I don't know. Or I'd list off a couple as well, but no, I do know I would prefer indie over like AAA titles for sure. So definitely go the indie route, guys.
Hibiki, no, they did not, by the way. The Netflix show that's the Netflix Devil May Cry animation is not anime and is dog shit. It's not anime. It's not made in Japan.
Hibiki, I'll fucking fight you. Don't sound like a tourist.
Exactly. It's not anime. It's not made by the Japanese. Not made by a Japanese individual. It's that show is dog shit. It's absolute dog shit. And if you want me to explain why, I've done several streams and videos about how much I fucking hate the Devil May Cry anime. That's not what we're talking about right now. Cindy, any final thoughts on Wizard's video before we go?
It was a great video, Wizard. I hope to hear wonderful things about your is it a convention?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope to hear wonderful things about that. So good luck to you, honey. And guys, go play more indie games. Show some love to the small guys.
Alrighty, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hit some super chats. Then we've got at least one more topic to cover because I know Cindy has to be on another stream in about 35 minutes. So let's hit these soups. Junebug loves you with a 5-banger. Great bride vid. DualShock. Hi, Zax. Congrats, Cindy, for collabing with Kersha.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm so excited and nervous.
Jurassic Warrior, I thank you for that buckaroo. I appreciate it. Obi-Wan Cannoli says a 5-banger. It's your channel. Watch what you watch. But Cindy, have you seen my comment about no, I'm not human VTuber version by Play Astronomical on your post? Do you want to tell him?
I did. I actually will be releasing a video about it because I talked about it on stream last week.
Yep.
But thank you.
I watched it last night. I was going to react to it, and I thought, fuck it. I just want to watch it. I just want to watch it, not do a reaction. It was awesome. Obi-Wan Kenobi with another 5-banger. Imagine how many Expedition 33s and others have been killed because of fiduciary responsibilities. So goddamn many would be my guess. Obi-Wan Kenobi with a 2-banger. I watched every episode of Schedule 1 with KCO. Nice. Or Queso.
Queso. Yeah.
Queso. Yeah, Queso. El Mervov with a 2-banger. Story of Among Us. Streamers plus COVID times. Yeah. That's Among Us was literally made because of streamers and COVID. Ebonix Kang for a 2-banger says, toss the heretic overboard. It's not heretical to say the dead internet theory is real. And last, let's go ahead and give all y'all a clip for all those bangers back to back, and then we'll hit Hayden's comment. You know what? Let's do this one right here.
I'm loving it again. The game would absolutely get a pretty high score from me.
How many bananas?
A solid 8.5 incher for sure.
No.
And wouldn't it be nice to live together?
And we got Hayden Wayne with a 20-banger up in this bitch saying, yo, what day you getting to Orlando? I'll be there Wednesday. I'll be getting there Thursday afternoon between 4:30 and 5 p.m., assuming that no flights are delayed or anything like that. Thursday around 4 or 5 p.m. is when I'll be Orlando. And me and Hayden gonna get drunk. We gonna hang. Yeah. It's gonna be a good time, bro. Hang with Hayden IRL. Oh, can't wait.
You're gonna hang with the Oreo gang?
Oh, dude. Hayden absolutely gonna hang with the Oreo gang. Hayden, my man, this is for you, brother.
I know you've done absolutely nothing productive today, but who gives a shit? You're just a weird little gay boy doing the best you can, and I'm proud of you for making it this far in life as a gay little weirdo. Keep shining.
Keep shining. Keep shining. Alrighty. We got at least one more thing to talk about, and I'll probably release a video covering Hypno's video tomorrow. But I'm curious, Cindy, have you heard about this? Fans trying to cancel a popular VTuber over her use of ChatGPT?
Wait, what do you mean over her? What is she doing with ChatGPT that would require?
Using it.
At all?
Using it.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. This is going to be fun. Let's go.
Only be described as a Twitter moment where people's feigned outrage over the use of AI has been used as a vehicle to not only harass and dogpile real people, but even getting to the point of threatening people for using programs like ChatGPT. Today, we're going to be looking at the popular VTuber IRyS, who's been under a harassment campaign over the past couple of days because she posted a screenshot of her
Junebug loves you for a 10-banger, says, going to work, so goodbye and good night, everyone. Remember, Junebug loves you. And Junebug, we love you.
Call it whatever, but if I made $1 for each time I made a racist joke, I would actually have $0. 'Cause I'm not joking.
Based? Based? Hello?
Shout out, Junebug. Thank you, and have a good shift, brother.
conversation with ChatGPT as an attempt at showing a funny interaction with her in the AI software. Yeah, people on Twitter were very, very upset to the point of threatening her.
And there it is. So in case you thought that I was being hyperbolic, no. They're mad she used it. Just period. Like, this is a VTuber that had to come out and make effectively a forced apology as an I'm sorry for using AI.
You know, this would be one of those moments where I'd make a mocked video where it's just like, guys, I would like to apologize because I don't feel sorry that I'm using ChatGPT. Suck my dick.
Yeah, someone sent me the clip of the leaflet. I apologize for fucking nothing. I'm going to say that and use it at some point. Like, someone was sending it to me on Discord. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be using that leaflet clip. Absolutely. Hayden Wayne with a 10 banger. IRyS is my first VTuber. Lots of VTuber fans are losing it over AI because a lot of VTuber artists are losing it over VI. They don't even think about the context. They see AI and go rabid. And there it is. Like, I've been preaching a pro AI message from the beginning of the takeoff of generative AI. Guys, like anything the fuck else, it is a tool. It's about how you lose it, or it's about how you use it. And the vast majority of folk, it's fine. Guess what? The title that you guys are seeing for this stream, the stream that currently has 121 people watching live. Shout out and thank all of you, you absolute legends. 179 of you watching across platforms, including X and Kick. Yeah. That title was algorithmically perfected via AI. I came up with a title, run it through AI, and say, hey, rate this title based on YouTube algorithmic viability, accounting for SEO and a bunch of other shit. And it gives me a breakdown and a ranking, and it says, here's where some of the words aren't working for SEO. Try this version of it. And bingo, bango, bongo, your boy has grown exponentially on YouTube since starting to do that. So yeah, it's fucking fine. Fuck you guys, you're AI haters. This is a pro AI household.
Can I share this? Guys, this will be the next desk mat coming up. Guess what? I didn't fucking draw it. It's totally AI. So keep an eye out, guys. That's one of them.
Cindy, you do know that when you're using AI is trained off of other people's work. So you're stealing other people's work.
Thank you for your hard work. I truly appreciate your efforts.
Based.
That's how far gone.
Thank you, Hayden, the clip.
I don't know.
I did not. Hayden, my man with a plan. I appreciate it. You absolute legend. This is for you.
Now excuse me while I harass someone for having pronouns in their bio.
There it is. Now to continue the show.
People are on social media to the point where even Dexerto is making articles about the situation. So before we jump into everything, here's some context. So the VTuber in question is a popular Hololive VTuber by the name of IRyS. She's been with the agency for many years, and recently she has been sick. So I guess she was asking ChatGPT some questions about her illness. You don't know the full context, but that's kind of the basic context. And in this now deleted tweet, she said this: my first try at being mean to ChatGPT to see how it responds, and then feeling extremely bad about it right after, so I backpedaled.
Okay, first of all, real quick, Ebonix Kang with a 5-banger. She's corpo herself, so it's more likely she didn't say sorry. It's like public relations said sorry. And there is that, yeah. She is a member of Hololive, so it was probably a forced apology from management. Absolutely. Do you have anything to say about that super chat before I play a clip and then give what I was going to say?
Which is unfortunate, right? Like, I agree with some people in the chat that she should, in fact, go indie, because there is nobody on this planet that's going to tell me that I have to apologize for something that I've done. I will do it naturally or not at all.
Good answer. Good fucking answer. Real quick, Ebonix Kang, this clip is for you, homie. Truly hope that you appreciate it.
Find Peter Parker.
Who the hell are you?
Shout out, Ebonix. Now, here's what I really want to comment on. I do this too. My first try being mean to ChatGPT, see how it responds. I feel extremely bad about it and backpedal. Dude, I can't be evil in video games. I can't be evil in Fallout. Like I can be a snarky dick, but I can't be the bad guy. I always tell ChatGPT, please and thank you. I always tell my government mandated Amazon device that has a name that I'm not going to say or else she'll speak up. I always tell her, please and thank you. Like, yes.
Oh man. And I crash out weekly on ChatGPT because I've been working on the next music video, right? And it's become like a daily occurrence where this thing is just gonna fight the fuck out of me. And I get so damn mad, and then I'll come back and say, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. And I shouldn't have been so nasty, but you're also driving me kind of crazy.
And honestly, I know that we're doing good because one time I asked AI, I was like, illustrate an image or generate an image of what my life will be like when the AI takes over based on how I've treated you. And it had me in a lounge chair playing video games where I had like one little AI robot was rubbing my feet and the other was giving me like a shoulder massage. The other was handing me a drink. It was like, oh,
Please.
ChatGPT thinks I'm so nice to it that like when the inevitable AI overlords come, they will treat me like a sultan or some shit.
Could you write that prompt down for me and send it to me? Because I kind of want it. Like,
Remind me later, and
crashed
I will.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna send you a message right now.
Where IRyS begins by saying, I am done with you. And then the AI says, all right, if you ever need help again, you can come back anytime. Take care. And she folds and says, sorry, I didn't mean that. And the AI says, no worries at all, smiley face. You don't need to apologize. Being sick/uncomfortable can make anyone frustrated. We're
Michael for a two-banger. Leon's never played a Renegade in Mass Effect. Shame. The only game I can think of where I went full evil and I felt bad about doing it was KOTOR, was Knights of the Old Republic. Because I want to see the Rev and Sith ending. And even that I felt bad about doing, dude. Thank you for the
good.
two-banger,
If you
homie.
still want help with the cold or anything else, just tell me where you're at symptom-wise now, and we'll continue. So she tried being rude to ChatGPT and got this response and felt bad about it, and then apologized to the AI software, which is very funny, right? Also, there's a big conversation on social media right now about whether or not you should be polite to AI chatbots, which I think is becoming like the modern day equivalent of the shopping cart scenario. It's like, will you put back the shopping cart when nobody's looking? I think it's a very important scenario in terms of how you handle yourself in a situation like that. It's not quite one-to-one in terms of a comparison, but this is a conversation that's something for another day, but I'm just pointing that out. But of course, this wholesome interaction here and this clear joke, she's trying to have fun with this, was not received well by the most annoying people on social media who are having full-on crash outs because they discovered their favorite VTuber, or a VTuber they pretend to like, is using AI. Yes, the high crime of using ChatGPT. These anti-AI people, especially on Twitter, have become so insufferable that any decent point they might have about AI is
Ick remains undefeated. Unlike the shopping cart, AI can hack Mexico if you're nice to it. Fuck Mexico. Let's bomb them next. Sorry, what were you saying, Cindy?
I feel like maybe Elon needs to consider doing what Twitch does, in that it will let you know how long a person has been following you, like on Twitch. Maybe they need to put that in X as well. So somebody that has never followed you or has or even seen you before is crashing out on you, you could just be like, I don't give a fuck.
That's a brilliant fucking idea. Because I've seen, you remember when the White House last week shared that video using like Wii Sports and whatnot to make a meme about the bombing of Iran?
Wait, what?
You're joking. You didn't see this? Oh my God, do I have something for you? Quit detour, crew. Quick fucking detour. Cindy hasn't seen this, apparently. It might take me a bit to scroll, but I will find it. I'm on the White House's Twitter account right now. Let's see. It is going to take me a bit, but I will. Man, I wish I saved the book, because I had it bookmarked. Then when I played on stream, I removed the bookmark. This is meme greatness of the highest caliber. Whoever the White House has in charge of like their department of memes is fucking unhinged. And I love it. It's a thing of beauty.
I would like to address this comment real fast. He's Devil in Red says Sydney has good ideas. Motherfucker, I had 2 this stream. The world is ending. Y'all are doomed.
The world might not be ending, but Iran is.
Holy what? 10. It's out of the mark. 10. Not that. Slam dunk.
And they even Donald J. Trump, like.
I have to agree. Whoever is in charge of their memes is doing a really great job.
So the reason I bring that up, because it's based on your idea, like, oh, see how long people are following you and stuff. So after that dropped last week, there was a mass influx of people tagging Nintendo, being like, Nintendo, was this an official collaboration? This doesn't make me feel comfortable buying Nintendo products anymore. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm anti-Nintendo as well, due to the fact they're anti-consumer assholes. But that being said, I wonder how many of y'all were following Nintendo when tagging them. I'd like to see how performative that mass influx of tagging Nintendo to try and get them to do something about the White House making fucking memes really was.
I love the flex that the White House is doing against Nintendo. It's like, yeah, we're using your shit. What are you gonna do about it? Like, oh my, if I had a dick, it'd be hard right now.
Completely ignored because the people making these points either do so inefficiently or so annoyingly, people just don't want anything to do with them. They are basically the current version.
Yes, Wizard is correct. These people posted the tweets and in return to their Switch 2s to play Pokopia. Exactly.
Of Just Stop Oil, right? They're the Twitter equivalent where their cause might have some good points here and there, but the execution and the people doing it are so annoying and so unlikable. People are almost rooting against their cause to the point where you start thinking, is this a psyop?
No, correct. Like, is this a psyop? Because, like, here's the dealio. I'm anti-Israel, right? That doesn't make me free Palestine. I'm both sides to glass each other. I'm America first. Both sides glass each other. That being said, I've seen so many people blaming the fucking, like, the way the wind blows on Israel. To this point, I'm starting to be more pro fucking Israel just to spite these motherfuckers.
Could see that. I mean, especially if they're ruining, what is that? Is that Van Gogh stuff? Like, come on. What does that have to do with oil? It's oil paint, sure, but let people paint. Oh my God, I hate these activists.
IOP or something, but as you can see, her original post was deleted after she was harassed by hundreds of users. You can see some more mundane replies that are still up at this point saying, "You're so cooked, IRyS." This person's saying, "Why are you using AI?" Which is a screenshot because a lot of people have since deleted their replies out of shame because people saw just how unhinged all these people are about the use of AI.
I have an answer, and if I don't, I'll make one up.
Aren't these people technically the types that use view botting and thus use AI?
If they're on Twitch, then yes. If they're
Or
on
even
Twitch, they're using view botting, absolutely. Or
Well,
they
what if
bot their
they-
tweets.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. You're
Yeah.
pro AI until somebody else does it, and then it's shame that person.
Oh, dude, I love seeing these leftist accounts that very obviously bought their tweets, like Evan Loves Worf and shit like that. And then you see a post they make at like 2 or 3 a.m. where they didn't bot the tweets, and it's like got like 4 likes as opposed to like 35,000 or whatever they normally get. It's like, oh, you're just outwardly like proving, just blatantly telling the world, yeah, I buy my tweets, I buy my likes.
Oh my gosh.
By this VTuber. Here's another one saying, "We know you meant no harm, but please avoid using AI," with a frowny face. This person says, "Please don't ask ChatGPT for health advice. It has no idea what it's saying and frequently hallucinates information, and it doesn't have feelings either. Treating AI models like this is how people develop emotional attachment to it, which is worrying."
Spot the irony. See if you can spot the irony. You got nothing?
Hold on.
I'll wait.
Then why are you getting upset? Well, I don't know, but why are they getting upset that people are using it though? They don't have feelings, but neither do they.
It doesn't have feelings either. Treating AI models like this is how people develop emotional attachment to it, which is worrying. They're saying this under the account of a VTuber who they have a parasocial relationship with.
Oh my gosh. How come you're not going to those cafes and shaming those people that are having dates with their AI?
Like, the lack of self-awareness here is beautiful. Like, you and I are friends IRL. You and I, when we're not streaming together, we're hanging out on Discord, we're video calling, we're watching our anime, we game together. We're actual fucking friends. If I was just a viewer, I was like, oh, this is Cinnabir. Like, you wouldn't catch me fucking dead doing any like crying face emojis at you or anything like that. I don't know you. Okay, it wouldn't be parasocial like that. It's fucking weird.
If you sent me an emoji like that, I would definitely assume you were a bot.
A bot or somebody that just like is creepily obsessed and is willing to buy anything and everything. By the way, guys, Cindy's got new merch dropping soon. That was a really douchey way to plug you. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist the joke.
It's funny.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, people are now claiming her behavior of talking to ChatGPT and trying to be polite to it is now a concerning behavior where emotions are getting out of whack. Well, here's some examples of people getting their emotions out of whack about AI. Not how they interact with it, but rather how they interact with people who use it. So here's just a small sample of posts going crazy.
Mind you, if I see someone being polite to the AI, and maybe I'm wrong, but I would just assume they're probably a polite person in general, which means they'll be polite to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because
I say please and thank you to my AI. I'm usually generally polite to people until they tick me off.
Right. Like, I make jokes about how I say please and thank you and whatnot to the AI because, oh, the AI overlord's taking over. But in all reality, no, it's just natural. Like, whenever I'm doing anything to do with AI or whether I'm messaging you or whatnot, it doesn't matter. It's like, if I ask something and I get, an answer or get what I want or whatnot, I say thank you. That's normally how I fucking talk.
I mean, I don't know. These people don't know how to talk normally, but they use the AI themselves, I bet.
Oh, I'm sure there's a staunch amount of hypocrisy coming from these people that we are not privy to. Yes.
Crazy over IRyS, quoting her while the tweet was still up, saying, "Horrible to see someone I enjoyed mingle with generative AI. Disgusting even." This person saying, "Y'all got to be meaner to VTubers. Tell her to cut this gay stuff out." So the very wholesome and inclusive people are calling her disgusting.
And shit now?
What?
Like, they don't crash out. Like, they're able to say that something is gay now? Hell yeah, we're getting progressive.
That's true. They're saying gay shit.
That means we get to call them faggots again.
That's true. We bring them back to faggotry. You right.
And telling her that she needs to be basically bullied into getting rid of this pattern of behavior. But this is where it gets really unhinged, ladies and gentlemen. This person made a post with 1,000 likes, by the way, saying, "When we finally start the final war against AI and we have to off IRyS." Now, notice how they censored this word that YouTube doesn't really like for me to say, but they also censored her name. That is common amongst the terminally online, especially in VTubing circles, especially with the big agencies. They censor names because they don't want any sort of dialogue from people who might disagree, who are supporters of IRyS. Also, like IRyS, like you're afraid of her fans. They seem 1,000 times more reasonable, basically by default, than anyone like this. So I don't know why this person is so afraid of showing off their totally normal behavior. But of course, this person is basically low-key threatening IRyS because of her use of ChatGPT. Now, at this point, I think we can all agree the only reasonable response here is to ask Grok and its AI system whether or not this is sane behavior from this poster. So let's ask, if a user threatens the life of a VTuber for their use of ChatGPT, does that make them mentally mentally unstable? Let's see. Oh, okay. So AI is telling me, yes, threatening to off someone over their use of ChatGPT or any AI tool is strong evidence of a serious mental instability. Wow. Thank you, Grok, for providing that information. And it looks like this individual has gone straight to.
And there it is, baby. Pronouns in the bio.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Is anybody shocked?
Arkham Asylum, where they might belong at this point because they're quite unhinged. They have deleted their tweet and privated their account. They are in hiding after their complete crash out over IRyS talking to ChatGPT. Now, there's a whole nother angle here where people are trying to basically shame IRyS, basically claiming that she is contributing to the harm of the environment. This person saying times are tough and we want to use any resource that comes our way. But it's been proven that AI harms all of us in the long run.
Don't fucking care. Sorry, I'm not buying all this. Oh, it's bad for the environment bullshit. Guess what? I was raised in the 90s, and I was told all about the holes in the ozone layer. Oh, did you know by 2007 there's not going to be any polar bears left? Al Gore told me so. Didn't you watch An Inconvenient Truth? Global warming is man-made. It was all the hair bands in the 80s. Oh, man. Twisted Sister pretty much destroyed the ozone using all that hairspray and whatnot before they go on and put on their shows. Poison, don't get me started on Bret Michaels. I won't watch Rock of Love Bust because Bret Michaels was in Poison and they contributed to the degradation of the environment. Fuck you, bitch. The environment's fine. The environment's fucking fine.
I don't follow all that, so I don't know.
Sorry.
Feel better?
I hate climate activists, dude. I hate climate activists. I've hated climate activists like pretty much like third grade. Even in third grade, I knew this shit was gay and fake and retarded. So by the time Greta Thunberg came around with her, how dare you? It was like, you know what? Fucking kill me now.
It's hard. You sometimes have to go against your own emotions to do what's right. I hope you sought a doctor for proper care. So they're basically trying to make her sound like she's stupid for using ChatGPT to talk about a cold or possible symptoms or something like that, while also trying to shame her, claiming that AI is harming everyone in the long run and that she's acting on her own emotions and not doing what's right in the scenario as a consequence of what this individual is saying. But we're going to see a lot of that. This person said, please stop using AI. It hurts the environment and steals from hardworking artists. Don't take my word for it. Ask your artist friends and they will tell you the same. Oh,
City, you're my friend and you're an artist, an actual artist.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hurting you when I use ChatGPT?
Hurts so good.
All right. Speaking of Stinny, she has another stream to be on in about 7-ish minutes. So we're going to cut it here. I don't like to end reactions halfway through, but I will drop the link in the chat. You guys can finish it out. It's a retarded situation. They're attacking this VTuber for using AI. Like, not for what she said, not for anything that she actively did, not for it's literally just for using it. It's fucking retarded. Do you have any follow-up to end on before we start doing outros and stuff, Cindy?
I cannot encourage using AI enough. I do think they need to stop building data centers and start figuring out a better way to they need to innovate, right? Like make their facilities a little smaller, stop using like the poison water shit. But like guys, it's time to make smaller computers that run just as fast as these big companies, like AI companies that they're making. Get on it, India. Like, otherwise, no, I'm good. Like, I don't think she should have apologized. I think she should have just owned it and been like, yeah, I talked to ChatGPT, so the fuck what?
I'm completely at a loss for these people. I'm pulling up something real quick. While I do that, will you grab that super chat?
I will. A 5-banger from Ebonics King. Bro, it's a giant computer that's water cooled, definitely harming the environment, if not the waterways. That's how much energy it sucks up.
I don't care. I'm gonna be real. I truly, when I say I don't give a fuck about the environment, I give so little fucks about the environment. I can't put it into words. My eloquence has gone out the window after that rant. I do not give a shit about the environment. Like, people can come to me about the environment once we nuke China off the face of the earth, who's the biggest destroyer of the environment on the fucking planet. Then talk after China is gone, then we can talk about the environment. That
Like,
being said, shout out for the 5-banger. I do truly appreciate it, homie. So this is for you. You racist motherfuckers! I didn't know how to bring you back.
Look at this nigga's face. Look at his face. Look at his fucking face.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Appreciate you, Ebonics, though. I do. I love you, man. Alrighty. Before we wrap the show, I'm gonna plug the new merch one more time because I'm very excited about it. And remember, members, go to the members. I need you to go to my community tab, community page on the channel, and you will get your 10% off link. And it works for anything, not just the new shirts. 10% off of anything, but the new shirts. We got me, Hypno, Cine, and Hondo with the bingo, bango, bongo in the Persona style. Words of Persona dice. And then if you want to rep your Vital Idol love, shout out that you're a member of the Vital Idols. We got the Vital Idol One Piece tee, Vital Pirates right here. And then, free shipping on all orders 75 or more. If you want yourself to get like a nice CounterCast hoodie. Nice CounterCast hoodie. Yeah. Tinfoil Haters fans. This one's one of my favorites. The Mothman design. That's one of my favorite episodes that we've done. So yeah. Feel free to check it out. Get a shirt. The merch store is right there on my YouTube page. Members get 10% off. Free shipping on all orders over 75. Very happy with the new merch, and I have retired the old stuff. So shout out. Cine, you got anything that you would like to plug?
This Thursday I will be hanging out with Kirsha, with Leaflet, and with Pickle. We're playing a game over. I don't know where, actually. I'll have to go watch Side Scrollers later today to get more information. But yeah, keep an eye out on that, guys, because I am really, really excited. It's be the first time I'll actually get to meet Kirsha. She was one of my biggest inspirations for becoming a VTuber myself. So hell yeah, cuties. And then I'll have my own stream later tonight at 11:50 p.m. CST. It's my night to hang out with you guys. So let's have some fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
I be the EB saying I got the Mothman shirt. It's a nice quality shirt. I know that Daxnar and Jake motherfucking Martin should have them as well. Dax, it said your shirt was delivered, so let me know. I never heard from you. Let me make sure, confirm that it was delivered. And with that being said, I need to go ahead and get the raid set up. This week is going to be a little bit different. Obviously, tomorrow we are still doing Tinfoil Haters. Wednesday, we're still doing the lunch hour, videos and streams every day. Thursday, there will either be no stream or it will be a late night stream. Not entirely sure what yet, because Thursday is when I'll be hitting the road to go to Orlando for the MegaCon meetup. Me, Kata, Atreus, Real Life Fake Wizard, and Sevi will all be in one spot. And of course, our boy Hayden Wayne will be there with the GCA. Alec Baldwin's finger will be there. There's just going to be a slew of people that you all know and love and want to hang out with. It's going to be a fantastic time. There'll be plenty of additional streams. But yeah, Thursday through Monday will be a little weird in terms of how the streams go. But that being said, I'm going to do my best for videos and streams every day, as we always do. That being said, we've got our boy, The Plot Strikes Back. He's going to be covering the movie Sisu. So we're going to raid right into that. And then tonight around 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time over on my gaming channel, Glitch in Paradise, me and Hypnotic will be playing more Reanimal. I think that's pretty much everything. And then let's just go ahead and get the raid going. Tell my boy Plot Strikes back. Nick, Cindy will be on with him. Vital Idol raid. And until next time, it's and thank you so much for those of you that donated the stream today. It means the absolute world to me. I totally almost forgot to say thank you. I can't not forget to say thank you. I only have the greatest job in the world because of you guys. So I cannot say thank you enough. Until next time, it's all here in the Nerdosphere. And this has been Words of Paradise.